How many times have you felt ignored by your children? How many times have you tried to talk to them, to share your experiences, your thoughts, your emotions without receiving any response? How many times have you perceived a wall of indifference, of detachment, almost as if you had become invisible to their eyes? And how many times have they behaved badly towards you, as if you were a burden, an obstacle to their happiness? How many times have their words hurt you, made you feel inadequate, useless, a stranger in your own family? If these questions awaken in you an echo of pain, frustration, helplessness, know that you are not alone. Many parents, especially when their children reach adulthood, find themselves facing this difficult challenge: how to maintain a healthy and harmonious relationship with their children when it seems that they have distanced themselves, that they have forgotten the respect and love that once united you. If you stay until the end of this video, you will discover the best approach you can adopt to re-establish a healthy and pleasant relationship with your children, an approach based on Zen wisdom, which will teach you to face difficulties with calm, patience, and unconditional love. You will listen to the story of Yumi and Master Hakuin, and you will discover how to transform suffering into an opportunity for growth and awareness for you and your children. But before continuing, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to stay updated when we publish new content for your spiritual growth. The morning sun filtered through the branches of the ancient trees, painting with light and shadow the garden of the Ryonji Temple, famous for its enigmatic rock garden. In this place of peace and meditation, the venerable monk Hakuin, with his long white hair gathered in a simple chingin and eyes that reflected the serenity of a life dedicated to spiritual research, received visitors eager to listen to his teachings. Among them, a woman named Yumi, her face marked by worry and her heart heavy with deep sadness, timidly stepped forward. Master Hakuin, he began in a faint voice, "My children, now adults, seem to have forgotten the respect and affection that once united us. They treat me with indifference, contradict me, and sometimes hurt me with offensive words. I feel like a bare tree in winter, deprived of the lifeblood that nourished it. How can I face this situation without losing hope and without further distancing them?" Hakuin, with a compassionate look and a gentle smile, replied in a calm and reassuring voice, "Your suffering, my dear Yumi, is like a rushing waterfall that crashes against the rocks, creating a vortex of negative emotions. But do not despair, because Zen wisdom teaches us to transform the destructive force of the waterfall into a source of positive energy, capable of nourishing and regenerating." First, the monk continued, pointing to a small crystal waterfall flowing in the garden, "Observe this water. It flows ceaselessly, overcoming every obstacle, adapting to the shape of the land, and finally reaches the peace of the lake. Likewise, the relationship with children is a continuous flow, ever-changing, requiring flexibility, adaptability, and patience. Do not resist change, but welcome each phase of their lives with serenity and trust. Remember," Hakuin added, "that respect is like a seed that sprouts in the heart. It needs time, care, and nourishment to grow and flourish. You cannot expect your children to respect you if you do not show them respect first. Listen to their opinions, even if they differ from yours. Value their talents, even if they do not correspond to your expectations. Show them that you consider them unique and precious individuals, worthy of love and consideration. One day, the monk recounted, with a twinkle in his eye, a young monk complained to me about the severity and aloofness of his master. "Master," said the young monk, "my master is cold and distant. He doesn't encourage me. He doesn't guide me. I feel alone and abandoned." I replied, "Imagine that your master is a majestic and silent mountain. Its summit is shrouded in clouds. Its path is steep and arduous, but its presence is strong and reassuring. Learn from its stability, its strength, its ability to withstand the elements. And one day, when you reach the top, you will be able to enjoy an extraordinary view and understand its wisdom." The young monk, inspired by my words, faced his spiritual journey with renewed courage and determination. In the same way, you must look at your children with new eyes, trying to understand their inner strength, their ability to overcome difficulties, their potential for growth. Be a stable and reassuring presence for them, a silent but present guide, a safe point of reference. Remember, Yuli, Hakuin continued, that communication is like a stream that flows between mountains. It must be fluid, transparent, and constant. Do not let silence and indifference create a dam that blocks the flow of love and understanding. Talk to your children, express your feelings sincerely, but without accusing or judging them. Listen to their reasons, try to understand their point of view, and together you will find the way to overcome obstacles and achieve serenity. Set clear and consistent boundaries, like the edges of a Zen garden that define the space and create harmony. Explain to your children what you expect from them, but do so with kindness and firmness. Do not give in to provocations or emotional blackmail, but stand your ground with dignity. Remember that love is not permissiveness, but guidance, like the gardener who prunes the superfluous branches to shake the tree. So you must guide your children with wisdom and love, helping them to grow responsible and aware. Create moments of sharing and joy, like a walk in a bamboo forest on a sunny day. Share your hobbies, your passions, your experiences with your children. Listen to their dreams, participate in their joys, support them in difficult times. Shared joy creates precious memories and nourishes the soul. One day, Hakuin recounted, with a nostalgic smile, an old man complained to me about the coldness and aloofness of his children. "Master," the man said, "my children are far away. They don't call me. They don't come to visit me. I feel lonely and abandoned." I replied, "Imagine that your children are kites flying in the sky. The thread that binds them to you may seem thin and fragile, but it is strong and indestructible. Let them fly free, let them explore the world, let them chase their dreams, but know that the thread that binds them to you will never break, and when they need you, they will know where to find you." The old man, comforted by my words, found serenity and trust in his children. In the same way, you must let your children fly free. Let them have their experiences. Let them make their mistakes. But always be there for them, like a safe harbor where they can return when they need it. Learn to accept your children for who they are, with their strengths and weaknesses. Don't try to change them, to shape them in your image and likeness. Each individual is unique and unrepeatable, like a tree that grows in its own way, following its nature. Accept their choices, even if they are different from yours. Respect their individuality, and you will be rewarded with love and gratitude. Don't be afraid to show your vulnerability, like a lotus flower blooming in the mud. Don't hide your emotions, your fears, your weaknesses. Share your moments of difficulty with your children. Ask for their help. Show them that you too are a human being with your limits and your fragilities. Vulnerability is not weakness, but strength. It is the ability to open up to others, to create authentic connections, to build relationships based on trust and mutual understanding. Cultivate gratitude like a Zen garden that inspires serenity and appreciation for beauty. Be grateful for the happy moments spent with your children, for their smiles, for their hugs, for their love. Gratitude is a balm for the soul, an antidote to resentment and disappointment. Focus on the positive things, on small gestures of affection, on demonstrations of love, and your heart will fill with joy and serenity. Do not forget to take care of yourself, like a monk who dedicates himself to meditation and the care of his spirit. Do not neglect your needs, your passions, your desires. Dedicate time to yourself, to your favorite activities, to the things that make you feel good. Only if you are at peace with yourself, you will be able to face the challenges of life with serenity and transmit positive energy to your children. Finally, Yui Hakuin concluded with a bright smile, have faith in time and in the power of love, like the gardener who takes care of his garden with patience and dedication, trusting in the power of nature. So you must have faith in the power of love that binds you to your children. Do not despair if the results are not immediate. Respect, gratitude, and love, like cherry blossoms that bloom after a long winter, can arise even from the most difficult situations, bringing joy and beauty into your life. Yumi listened with a heart full of gratitude and hope. Master Hakuin's words, like the sweet sound of a bamboo flute, had awakened in her the strength and wisdom to face her challenge. As the sun illuminated the Zen garden, creating plays of light and shadow between the rocks and trees, Yumi bowed deeply to the old monk, carrying in her heart the metaphor of the waterfall and her trust in the power of love. But before she could take her leave, Hakuin stopped her with a gentle gesture. "Wait, Yumi," he said in a calm voice. "There is still something I would like to share with you." The woman paused, curious, and the monk continued. "The path to reconciliation with your children can be long and winding, but never lose sight of the goal. Remember that the goal is not to change your children, but to change yourself, to become the best version of yourself, an example of wisdom, patience, and unconditional love. Practice self-compassion, Yumi," Hakuin continued. "Do not judge yourself too harshly for past mistakes, for words left unsaid, for opportunities missed. Forgive yourself and embrace your frailties. Only then can you free your heart from the burden of remorse and open yourself to love and understanding. Cultivate your inner peace like a tranquil lake that reflects the beauty of the sky. Dedicate time to meditation, contemplation, connection with nature. Inner peace is an inexhaustible source of strength and serenity, which will help you face life's challenges with balance and wisdom. Remember that time is a precious ally, like the wind that shapes rocks and creates beautiful landscapes. Do not expect immediate results, but have faith in the power of time. With patience and perseverance, even the deepest wounds can heal, and the most difficult relationships can flourish again. Do not isolate yourself in your pain like a lonely tree in the midst of a storm. Seek the support of friends, family, or a support group. Sharing your experiences, your fears, your hopes will help you feel less alone and find new resources to face your challenge. Face your fears with courage, like a warrior preparing for battle. The fear of rejection, of judgment, of abandonment can paralyze you and prevent you from acting. But remember that courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to face it and overcome it. Have the courage to express your feelings, to ask for help, to reach out to your children. Celebrate small progress like a gardener who rejoices at the blossoming of a new shoot. Every step forward, every gesture of affection, every kind word is a victory to be celebrated. Recognize your successes and those of your children and nourish the hope of a better future. Never lose faith in love, like a spring that flows from the rock and quenches the dry land. Love is the most powerful force in the universe, capable of overcoming every obstacle, healing every wound, uniting hearts. Trust in the love that binds you to your children and never stop nourishing it with affectionate gestures, kind words, and positive thoughts. Finally, Yumi. Hakuin concluded with a radiant smile. Remember that life is a precious gift, like a Zen garden that invites us to contemplation and gratitude. Appreciate every moment, every encounter, every experience, and live your life fully and serenely. Yumi, deeply touched by the master's words, bowed with gratitude and respect. In her heart, Hakuin's words resonated like a mantra, a guide for her path as a mother and a woman. As she walked away from the temple, her step was lighter, her gaze more serene, and her heart filled with new hope. The path to reconciliation with her children was still long, but Yumi knew she was not alone. She had the wisdom of Master Hakuin, the strength of love, and faith in the power of time, and that was enough to face any challenge.